Hi, my name is Samuel Stone.
My name is Ali Scotton.
My name is Randa.
My name is Craig Melliker.
My name is Alex Allen.
My name is Amber Willis.
My name is Eric Smith, and I was born in Guam.
Odessa, Texas.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Ridgecrest, California.
Toronto, Canada.
Tucson, Arizona.
Santa Barbara, California. And I spent 12 years in Saudi Arabia.
11 years.
13 years.
11 years.
7 years.
I lived in Yanbu, Saudi Arabia for about 6 years.
Yanbu was basically non-existent when we moved there. Like it was an oil pipeline was going through Yanbu, so there needed to be a city built because an oil was going through there. So my dad he's in construction. His company basically was contracted out to build the city kind of from the ground up. So that's why we moved there. My dad's in construction and he helped build the city of Yanbu.
It's a small town, everybody knows everybody, and it's more close and in a group type thing.
Everyone knew each other, and everyone had close relationships with everybody. We were sort of like one big family in school.
The lifestyle there was a lot more relaxed, and that was also, I think, what made Yanbu very unique to me.
We went to the ocean, we went to the Red Sea, and kind of went camping and hung out with other families, other American and international families. The Red Sea is the most beautiful ocean in the world. Going and snorkeling and seeing like the reefs there. The reefs go for miles and miles and miles. There's dolphins, and I mean, just the most incredible sea life.
We actually would have little gatherings and get-togethers at people's houses because you couldn't really go outside, especially the females. Males had no problem. We would go out, explore, ride bikes, do whatever. But if there's females involved, we'd have to all kind of get together at somebody's house or something and have just sort of a little gathering or whatever. And it was always, good because you felt close with everybody.
Once a month we'd go out to the sand dunes and we'd have big bonfire and people would gather around and play the guitar and slide down the sand dunes.
My favorite experience in Saudi Arabia is probably all of the culture. You have people from all over the place. You have people from India, you have people from Pakistan, you have people from Bangladesh and England and Australia and New Zealand. You have people from everywhere. And so you really get a mix of culture and a big group and a good experience.
It was the only town in the country where natives lived next door, side by side with the expats. You can't be narrow-minded in that kind of situation.
I remember that my neighbors, the Saudi men, would come out and greet me, say hi, offer me tea, offer me to come in their yard and play with their boys. They're very nice people.
My interaction with Saudi boys.
We would have interactions with the Saudis, some positive, some negative. But yeah, I remember that my brother and I would get into rock fights with some of the Saudi kids. Not really for any particular reason, just because, they were kind of Saudis and we were Americans. And it's not like, let's hurt these Americans, but it's just more like kids kind of fighting on the playground type of deal.
We'd have rock fights every time we'd walk by or ride by. They'd always be throwing rocks at us, so that was my main impression of Saudis growing up there.
I did interact with the Saudi Arabian boys quite often, not usually in good ways, because they didn't understand us. We didn't as well. They would kind of try to give us a hard time. There's rock fights, nothing harmful or anything like that, but it was all kind of in good nature, I suppose. But in the beginning, it was kind of an adjustment.
Almost every day after school, we go out and we go up to the local college and we play soccer with them. And sometimes it wouldn't end too well. They get upset with us and we get upset with them. Oh, that was a foul. Oh, penalty. But we got along with them pretty well for the most part.
Growing up in Saudi Arabia made a lot of difference in my life. I know it helped me change some of my decisions, friends I picked, because the types of friends I made over there was kind of what carried on to over here. I can't think of any specific decisions I've made, but I know that everything I do in my daily life probably represents what I might have done over there.
I miss many things about Yanbu. I miss my old school, my friends, my teachers, my compound. It's weird how I still consider it home. I consider myself lucky to have had the experience of growing up there. My hardest adjustment was realizing what I had was gone when we finally moved back.
I did not want to leave Yanbu when it was time for my family to leave. It was one of the most depressing times in my life, and I went through a lot of hardship trying to adjust myself to this new life in America.
I know for a fact that I'm a lot more open-minded now than what I would have been if I had stayed living in Lubbock, Texas my whole life growing up. I can take a situation and see it from different perspectives because of living in that country. You're forced to see things from so many different points of view, to where I think that really has helped since I've moved back.
It was great to have lived in Yanbu because I have some of my best friends that live in other countries, and I think if I'd stayed here, I would never have grown up to be the person I'm going to grow up to be. So I'd have to say that Saudi Arabia was probably the best thing that's happened